Hello friends, today we are going to start series of Python basics. So we are going to cover what is Python, popular apps which are developed in Python, about Python, features, learning path, pros and cons and installation steps. So we are going to start from what is Python. Python, if you see, this is open source, general purpose, high level programming language with easy syntax and dynamic semantics. So let's understand each and every word. If you see that Python is open source, its software is open source and you can easily get this software. This is called as general purpose language. General purpose means if you see that any type of software can be created from Python. That's why this is called as general purpose language. This is also called as high level programming language. If you see, two types of languages are there: high level language and low level language, which is written and its code is hardware independent code, that is called as low level programming language. For hardware programming language means language which is written as machine independent code, called as high level programming language. So Python is machine independent code, so that's why this is called as high level programming language. It's having very easy syntax and is dynamic semantics. Dynamic semantics means at runtime it decides, like, based on the value of the variable. If we write x equals to 10, then based on value of the variable it decides type of the variable. We need not to declare variable separately. Python is a programming language as C, C++, Java. These are the programming languages. This is very easy language. Python is popular multi-purpose programming language. It's very flexible and it's have lots of libraries for different applications development, and it's very valuable for complex calculation, for machine learning, for AI, for data science and for analytics part. So it's have extensive collection of libraries and different libraries for web application, mobile application, IoT perspective. So if you see, Python can be used for console application, desktop application, web application, mobile application, machine learning, IoT, data science, and AI perspective. So why Python is getting so popular day by day? Because its syntax is very easy. This is open source, and if you see, we can use it to make almost anything, a mobile application, whether it's a web application or whether it's for data perspective. So it can be used for anything, and it has very good library support. So now let's cover what all popular apps developed in Python. If you see YouTube, wherein we upload our videos, that is also developed in Python. Instagram is developed in Python. Quora, Google. So all those apps are developed in Python. Dropbox, where we store, this is kind of file storage. This is also developed in Python. Firefox, which is browser, developed in Python. GitHub we use to keep open source. This is kind of open source for project storage. Mostly projects are in it's having mostly projects in JavaScript or Python. Lots of examples are there in Python. So if you stuck somewhere, then you get very good examples from GitHub. So all these apps are developed in Python. Python is very simple and straightforward syntax, and if suppose person is not having knowledge of any programming language, that person can start from Python as a first programming language. It's very easy. This is case sensitive, and it is object oriented language, right, as in C++, Java. So this language is dynamically typed, wherein there are two types of languages, like statically typed and dynamically typed language. Like Java is statically typed, wherein we need to first declare the variable type, like data type and then variable, and then we assign value to the variable. But in that's why this is called a statically typed language. But if you see, dynamically typed language means there in Python we need not to declare any variable. We can just write variable name and can assign value. Based on the value type, it automatically checks, interpreter automatically checks which type of variable is. And Python is also known as interpreted language. So its interpreter decides at runtime declaration of the variable. uh, it's not having any compiler, right? So there is no separate declaration required in Python for variables. Then coming to features, so in Python there is more emphasis on code readability. So its readability is easy, and it's having automatic memory management. So its garbage collection has been taken care automatically. This is dynamically typed, which is same as like variable need not to declare. We can directly give variable name and assign value. It's having large library, lots of libraries are there, lots of packages are there. We can use packages, different packages, and can perform action. Multi-paradigm programming language. So it's few languages are only object oriented, few are procedural, few are structured, but this Python is it's multi-paradigm, means it's object oriented, procedural, structured language, right? So with Python, it provides interactive interpreter which easily understands the Python commands. And also Python is platform independent, it can run on any kind of platform, any kind of operating system. So now coming to its learning path. So Python, first of all, we need to understand what is Python basics. Once we understand or we have good knowledge of Python basics, then we can develop any app like GUI app or web app or Python for data analysis or AIML. We can write code for AIML and for data science, IoT. So but first we have to do hands on a Python basis, then we can go on any track. Accordingly we have to choose different packages, but Python basics is the common. So first in our series we will cover Python basics, then we will go on different tracks. Coming to pros and cons for Python. Pros and cons are nothing but advantages and disadvantages. So let's cover its advantages first. Like if you see that Python is having great community. So great community means it provides very good help. If we see GitHub, in GitHub there are more than 90,000 repositories are already available in GitHub. And if suppose developer is stuck somewhere in some problem and he's writing code in Python, so lots of material is in GitHub, lots of examples are there in GitHub, and developer can easily search their problem in GitHub or any other like community site, and he can quickly find the solution with the help of community. And this Python is very easy to learn, its syntax is very easy. So any new person who is not having any knowledge in any programming language, that person can start learning programming language, Python as a programming language. And its syntax is very easy, there is no need to do very deep analysis like what need to write for particular action. So its code is very easy, and also person can easily and fast develop the application. And this Python is flexible and scalable, so it means it can be used in any field, any multiple kinds of fields and projects. And also it works faster due to hyper flexibility feature. It can be used with any rapid application development tool, and fastly we can develop the applications. It's having wide range of libraries, lots of libraries are there, and regularly we are getting updates for different packages. Like whatever packages, new packages are coming with new versions, lots of new packages are releasing, and we are getting regular updates on that. And if we go through the cons, so since this provides a feature of dynamic um, like uh, dynamically uh, semantics feature, this is providing, by which we need not to declare the variable, we have to just write the variable name and assign value. Due to this reason, if suppose we are assigning some value to x, like x equals to 10, and later on in our code we are just giving x equal to some string. So since we are assigning different types of values to one variable, so it's difficult for Python to search for data errors, right? So that's why this is slower to search for data errors. And currently if you see, it's providing features, or it's providing libraries for mobile computing, but still Python is weak in mobile computing. And also its execution speed is limited. Now how to install Python? For to install Python, you have to go to python.org/downloads. Within that, it will give you latest version of Python for Windows, Unix, or different operating system. So you can go to this site and click on download Python 3.10. So here if you go to browser and type python.org/downloads, it's giving Python official site wherein you can just click on download Python 3.10. So once I click on this Python, download Python 3.10, it start downloading, and then later on you can install exe file. It will install Python 3.10. The next, coming to IDE, it's integrated development environment. So we can use Anaconda for that. Anaconda is Python distribution. This is pre-built and pre-configured collection of packages. So along with Anaconda, there are lots of packages are there, and which can be commonly used for visualization perspective or data analysis perspective or data science perspective. So Anaconda is one navigator or GUI tool, and it provides IDE for compiling or for understanding the Python code. And it also the Anaconda is very easy to configure, install, and also it's having inbuilt tool Jupyter Notebook, and within that it's easy to write Python code. So now we can install Anaconda. To install Anaconda, you have to go to anaconda.com site, and within products individual, it's giving option to install Anaconda individual edition. You have to click on download, and it will start downloading the software. And once it downloads the exe file, then you can install that exe. And it's GUI tool and easy to write code, easy to write Python code in Jupyter. So friends, today we covered what is Python, what are different features, what are benefits and disadvantages of Python, and how to install Python and its IDE. So in next session we will start writing code in Python, and we'll go through the syntaxes. So hope this video is helpful for you. In upcoming videos you will understand different packages and Python basics. Thank you. Thanks for watching.